Saul's chariot wasn't here, have you not made a universal shout? That tiger trembled underneath her veins to hear the revocation of the South made her in concave shores? Do you now put on your best attire? Do you now call it a holiday? Do you now strew flowers in his way? That comes in triumph of Pompey's blood? Be gone! Round your houses, fall upon your knees. Pray to the gods to intermit the plague. That means must fight on this ingratitude.
Go, go, good countrymen, and for this folk, assemble all the poor men of your sword. Draw them to Tiber banks and leap your tears into the channel, till the lowest stream do kiss the most exalted shores of all. See whether their basest metal be not moved, they vanish tongue-tied in their guiltiness. Go you down that way towards the capital. This way will I disrobe the images. If you do so, find them decked with ceremonies.
May we do so? No, it is the feast of Pentecost.
It is no matter. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. I'll thou drive away the vulgar from the streets. So do you too, where you perceive them thick. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing will make them fly an ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness?
Caesar speaks.
Calpurnia, here, my lord. Stand you directly in Antonius' way when he doth run his course. Antonius!
Caesar, my lord.
Forget not in your speed, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia. For our elders say the barren touch in this holy chase shake off their sterile curse.
I shall remember. When Caesar says, do this, it is performed.
Let us move on, leave no ceremony out.
Caesar!
Who calls?
Bid every noise be still yet again.
Who is it in the breast that calls on me? I hear tongue shrill and all music cry Caesar. Speak, Caesar is turned here.
Beware the eyes of March!
What man is that?
A soothsayer bids you to beware the eyes of March.
Set him before me that I may see his face.
Fellow, come from the throne, look upon Caesar.
What sayest thou to me just now? Speak once again.
Beware the eyes of March!
Easy, dreamer. Let us sleep and pass.
Will you go see the order of this horse? Not I.
I pray you do.
I am not gamesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is in Antony. Let me not hinder, Cassius, your desires. I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now, Brit. I have not from your eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was wont to have. You bear too stubborn and strange a hand of your friend that loves you.
Cassius, be not deceived. If I have veiled my look, I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. Vexed I am of late with passions of some difference, conceptions only proper to myself, which give some soil perhaps to my behaviors. But let not, therefore, my good friends be grieved, among which number, Cassius, be you one. Nor construe any further my neglect, and that poor Brutus with himself before forgets the shows of love to other men.
Then, Brutus, I have much mistook your passion. By means whereof this breast in mine hath very thoughts of great value and worthy cogitations. Tell me, Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself, but by reflection, by some other things.
'Tis just. And it is very much lamented that you have no such mirrors as will turn your eyes to see your hidden worthiness. I have heard by many of the best respected known, except your Roman Caesar, speaking of Brutus and groaning underneath this age's yoke, have wished that noble Brutus had.
Into what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek into myself, for that which is not in me?
Therefore, good Brutus, be prepared to hear. And since you know that you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself which you yet know not of. And be not jealous on me, gentle Brutus, for I common laughter, or did use to stale with ordinary oaths my love to every new protester. If you do know that I do fawn on men and come them hard, and after scandal them, profess myself in banqueting to all around, only dangerous.
I do fear that people choose Caesar for their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then I must think you would not have it so.
I would not, Cassius, if I love him well. and I will look on both indifferently. For let the gods so speed me as I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward faith. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot tell you what you and other men think of this life. But as for my single self, I had as lieve and not as live to be in awe of such things myself. I was born free as Caesar, so are you. We can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber, chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, leap in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point?" Upon my word, counted as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But, ere we could arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." And I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulders the old Anchises bear, so did I, the tired Caesar. And this man has now become a god. And Cassius is a wretched creature and must bend his body of Caesar carelessly, but not on him. He had fever when he was in Spain. And when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. The coward lips did from their color fly. And that eye of his, that had so much luster, lost its look in that tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him. Write his speeches in their books, alas, it cried, "That we soon drink Titanius as a sick bird." Ye gods, it doth amaze me how a man of such a feeble temper should so be the start of this majestic world and bear the calm alone.
I do believe that these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped on Caesar.
Why, then, he doth bestride the narrow world like the Colossus, and we petty men who walk about under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves disarmed with graves. Men at some time are masters of their fates. Our fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar, what should be in that Caesar? Why should his name be sounded more than yours? Write them together, yours is his fair name. Sound them, it doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them, it is as heavy. Conjure with him, Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. In the name of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed that he has grown so great? Age, thou art ashamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. When would thereby engage, since the great flood, could they say, that Rome had in it but one man? When could they at the top of Rome say that her wide walls encompassed but one man? Now it is Rome indeed, and Rome enough there is in it but one man. You and I have heard our fathers say, there was a Brutus once that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep the state of Rome as easily as
That you do love me, I am nothing jealous. What you would work me to, I have some aim. How I have thought of this and of these times, I shall recount hereafter. For this present I would not. So with love I might entreat you be any further moved. What you have said, I will consider. What you have to say, I will with patience hear, and find a time both meet to hear and answer such high things. Till then, my noble friend, true upon this, Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome under these hard conditions as this time is like to lay upon us.
I am glad that my weak words have struck this much show of violence.
The games are done, and Caesar is returning.
As they pass by, pluck Casca by the sleeve. He will, after his sour fashion, tell you what hath proceeded worthy note today.
I will do so. But look you, Cassius, the angry spot doth glow on Caesar's brow, and all the rest look like a chitted train. Calpurnius' cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with such ferret and such fiery eyes as we have seen him in the Capitol, being crossed in conference by some senators.
Casca will tell us what happens.
Antonius,
Caesar?
let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, such as sleep o' nights. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much, and such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He's a noble and well given.
Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. Yet if I were liable to fear, I do not know who I should so soon avoid as that spare Cassius. He reads much, he's a great observer. He looks quite through the deeds of men. But he loves no play, as thou hast said, and he hears no music. He seldom smiles, and smiles in such a sort as if he mocked himself and scorned his spirit, that could be moved to smile on anything. Such men are never parties when they behold a greater and therefore are they very dangerous. But I tell you rather what is to be feared than what I fear. For always I am Caesar. Come on my right hand, for this here is death, and tell me truly what thou thinkst of him.
Oh, only by the cloak. What you speak with me?
Aye, Castor, tell us what had chanced today that Caesar looked so sad.
Why? You were with him, were you not?
I should not then ask Castor what had chanced.
Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his head.
What was the second noise for?
Why for that?
They shouted twice. What was the last cry for?
Why for that?
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Yes, it was offered to him thrice, and he put it by, each time gentler than other, and in every putting by, my honest neighbors shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Castor.
Well, I can't be hanged till the matter. It was mere foolery, but not mock it. I saw Mark Anthony offer him a crown. Yet it wasn't a crown either, it was one of those ornaments. As I told you, he put it by once, all that time thinking. He was very loath to lay his grimy little fingers on it. Yes. Then it was offered to him a second time, and he put it a second time by. Yet I could tell it was very fain of had it. It was offered to him a third time, and being offered it to him the third time, the Romans hooted and shouted and clapped their chopped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a great deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown. Yet it almost choked Caesar. But he fell down upon it and swooned it for my own part. I durst not laugh. For the fear of opening my lips and receiving the stank air.
But soft our great what? Did Caesar swoon?
I swooned, fell down in the marketplace, foamed at mouth, and was speechless.
'Tis very like. He hath the falling sickness.
No, Caesar hath it not. But you and I and honest Castor, we have the falling sickness.
I know not what you mean by that, but I'm sure Caesar fell down. If the ragtag people do not pat him and hiss him, according as they pleased and displeased him, as they do the players in the theater, I am no true man.
But what did he say when he came unto himself?
Before he fell down, he perceived the common herd was glad he refused the crown. He plucked open his doublet and offered them his throat to cut. And if I had been a man of any occupation, oh, I might not have taken him at word, but I might have spoken to hell when it rose. And so he fell. And when he came to himself again, he said,
If I had said anything amiss, I desired your worship to think it was my infirmity.
3 or 4 witches where I stood crying,
Alas, good soul!
and they came with all their hearts, friends. There's no heed to be taken of them. If Caesar had stabbed their mothers, but they had done no less.
And after that, he came a sad away. Did Cicero say anything?
Oh, he spoke Greek. What? Nay, I tell you that. I'll never look you in the face again. But for those that did understand him well, they smiled at one another and shook their heads for my thought. It was Greek for me. More news as well. Thamarilis and Flavius were pulling scarves off of Caesar's images are put to silence. There you go. There was more foolery yet, if I could remember it.
Will you sup with me tonight?
No, I thought so.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
If I be alive, and your mind hold, and your dinner worth eating,
Good. I will expect you.
do so. Farewell.
What a blunt fellow is this grown to be. He was quick mental when he went to school.
So is he now in execution. However, he puts on his tardy form. His rudeness is a sauce to his good wit, which gives him his stomach to digest his words with better appetite.
And so it is. For this time, I will leave you, Cassius. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I will come home to you. Or, if you will, come home to me, and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Julius, thou art noble, but I see that thy honorable metal may be wrought from that or whoso can that cannot be seduced. Caesar doth bear me hard, but he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now, and he were Cassius, he should not humor me. I will this night in several hands, and it is windows throw, writings as if they came from several citizens, all tending to the great opinion Rome holds of his name, where in obscurity Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. And after this let Caesar seat him sure, and we will shake him our worst days endure.
Are you not moved? When our swear with Shakespeare came and firm, oh, Cicero! I've seen tempests when the scalding winds are riding the Nautilus. I've seen the ambitious ocean swell and raging along to be exalted with threatening towers, but never till tonight. Never till tonight have I seen a tempest dropping fire. Either there's a civil strike in heaven, or else the world do saucy with the gods and senses them send destruction.
Saw you anything more wonderful?
Oh, come and say. You know what I said. Did one of his left hand, which should flame and burn in its hand, remain scorched. Besides, I've not yet put my sword against the capital. I met a lion with this sword. It did blaze upon me, and would surely vile upon annoy me. Yes, then they drew upon a heap 100 ghastly women, transformed in their fear, who swore they saw 100 men all in fire walk up and down the streets of Rome. And yesterday, the brother knight did sit in a marketplace, hooting and shrieking. When these fight, whoso can join these, let not men say they are pretentious. No, no! But I believe that they are bad things for the climate to which they point to help.
It is a strange gross line, but men may construct things of their fashion. From Caesar to the capital tomorrow?
For he did so can I. And can so every bondman have the power to shake off his captivity.
Why should Caesar be a tyrant? Poor man, I know he would not be a wolf, but that he sees the Romans are but sheep. He were no lion, were not the Romans hinds. Those that with haste will make mighty fire, begin it with weak straws. What trash is Rome? What rubbish and what awful when it serves for the base matter to illuminate so vile a thing as Caesar? But oh, grief, where hast thou led me? I perhaps speak this before a willing bondsman, that I know my answer must be made. But I am armed, and dangers are to me indifferent.
You speak to Castor. And to such a man, there is no flattering tale. Hold my hand. Be anxious, but address these griefs, and I shall set my foot as thou goest the farthest.
There's a bargain made. Now know you, Castor, I have moved already some certain of the noblest minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise of honorable, dangerous consequence. And I do know by this they stay from me in pompous sport. For now there is no stir or walking in the streets, and the complexion favors like the work we have in hand. Most bloody, fiery, and most terrible.
Be still a while. Here comes one in haste.
Tis Cinna, I do know the man. Cinna, where haste you, sir?
To find out. You. Who's that? Matilda Simber?
No, tis Castor, one of culprit to our attempts. Tell me, Cinna, am I not stayed for?
I'm glad on't, for fearful night is this. Two or three of us have seen strange sights.
Am I not stayed for? Tell me.
Yes, you are. Oh, Cassius, if you could prevent the noble Brutus for our party.
Be you content. Good Cinna, take this paper. Look where you lay it on the praetor's chair where Brutus may but find it. Throw this in at his window. Set this up with wax upon all Brutus's statue. That's our repair to Pompey's sleep. Is Decius Brutus in Trebonius then?
All but Matilda Simber. He's gone to seek you at your house. Well, hi, and go bestow these papers as you bade me.
Prepare to Pompey's theater. Come now, Castor. You and I will yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter yields an ours.
Indeed. He's the time of people's hearts, and of that which appeared against us. His countenance, like richest alchemy, was soon changed to virtue and worthiness.
Him and his work and our great need of him you have right well conceived. Come, let us go, for it is past midnight, and ere day we will waken and be sure.
Indeed.
What, Lucius? Oh! I cannot, by the progress of the stars, give guess how near the day. Lucius, I say! I would it were my fault to sleep so soundly. When, Lucius, when? Awake, I say! What, Lucius? You called my lord? Give me a taper in my study, Lucius. When it is lighted, come and call me here.
I will never.
It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him, but for the general. He would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, and that craves wary walking. Crown him, that, and then I grant we put a sting in him, that at his will he may do danger with. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. And to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affections swayed more than his reason. But 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, whereto the climber upward turns his face. But when he once attains the utmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base breeze by which he did ascend. So Caesar may, then, lest he may, prevent. And since the quarrel will bear no color for the thing he is, fashion it thus, that what he is augmented would run to these and these extremities, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which hatched would as his kind grow mischievous, and kill him in the shell.
The champ furnace in the closet side.
Sir,
Search for the first contact from the quickly. Let's do that way. I'm sure it's not my other.
Get you to bed again. It is not day. Is not tomorrow, boy, the Ides of March.
I know not, sire.
Look in the calendar and bring me word. The exhalations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them. Brutus, thou sleepest. Awake and see thyself. Shall roam, etc. Speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepest. Awake. Such instigations have been often dropped where I have took them up. Shall Rome, etc. Thus must I piece it out. Shall Rome stand under one man's awe? What, Rome? My ancestors did from the streets of Rome the Tarquin drive when he was called a king. Speak, strike, redress. Am I entreated to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise, if the redress will follow, thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus.
March space of 15 days.
'Tis good. Go to the gate, somebody knocks. Since Cassius burst and wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasm or a hideous dream. The genius and the mortal instruments are then in council, and the state of man, like to a little kingdom, suffers then the nature of an insurrection.
Does your brother Cassius at the door or the doctor side see you side?
Is he alone?
No, sir, they're more with him.
Do you know them?
No, sir, their hats are plucked about their ears and have their faces bearing their cloaks that by no means I may discover them by any mark of favor.
Let him enter. They are the faction. O conspiracy, shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night, when evil's on most free? O then by day, where wilt thou find a cavern dark enough to mask thy monstrous visage? Seek none conspiracy, hide it in smiles and affability. For if thou pass thy native semblance on, not Erebus itself were dim enough to hide thee from prevention.
I think we are too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I have been up this hour, awake all night. Know why these men have come along with you?
Yes, every one of you. And no man here but honors you. And every one doth wish you had with that opinion of yourself which every noble Roman bears with. This is Trebonius.
He is welcome hither.
This Decius Brutus.
He is welcome too.
This Casca, this Cinna, and this Metallus.
They are all welcome. What watchful cares to interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and night?
Shall I entreat a word?
Here lies the east. Doth not the day break here?
No.
But the yon gray lines that front the clouds are messengers of day.
Sharp and messenger are both deceived. Here, as I put my soul the sun rises, which is a great way of going like the sour wind in the youthful season of the year, was some 2 months since, towards the north, the sun rises. In the east, as stands the capital. Directly there.
Give me your hands all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not an oath. If not the face of men, the sufferance of our souls, the times of use, if these be motives weak, break off the times, and every man hence to his idle bed. So let high-sighted tyranny range on, till each man drop by lottery. But if these, as I am sure they do, bear fire enough to kindle cowards, and to steal with valor the melting spirits of women, then, countrymen, what need be any spur but our own cause to prick us to redress? What other bond than secret Romans that have spoke the word and will not falter? And what other oath than honesty to honesty engage, that this shall be or we will fall for it? Swear priests and cowards and men cautelous, old feeble carrions and such suffering souls that welcome wrongs. Unto bad causes swear such creatures as men doubt. But do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise, nor the insuppressive metal of our spirits, to think that o'er our cause or our performance did need an oath. When every drop of blood that every Roman bears, and nobly bears, is guilty of a civil treachery if he do break the smallest particle of any promise that hath passed from him.
But what of Cicero? Shall we sound him? I think he will stand very strong with us.
Indeed, let us not leave him out.
No, by no means.
Well, let us have him for his silver hairs and purchase us in good opinion.
And our men's voices to commend our deeds. It should be said, his judgment rules our hands. Our youths and wealthy shall know what appear, but don't be buried with his bright.
Oh, name him not. Let us not break with him, for he will never follow anything that other men be
begin.
Oh, indeed, he is not fit.
Then leave him out.
Shall no man else be touched but only Caesar?
Odysseus, well urged. I think it is not meet that Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. But you mind of him a shrewd contriver, and you know his means, if he improve them, may well stretch so far as to annoy us all, which, to prevent, let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius, to cut the head off and then hack the limbs, like wrath in death and envy afterwards. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let us be sacrificers, but not butchers, Caius. We all stand up against the spirit of Caesar, and in the spirit of men there is no blood. Oh, that we then could come by Caesar's spirit, and not dismember Caesar. But alas, Caesar must bleed for it. And, gentle friends, let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully. Let's carve him as a dish fit for the gods, not hew him as a carcass fit for hounds. And let our hearts, as subtle masters do, stir up their servants to an act of rage, and after seem to chide them. This shall make our purpose necessary, and not envious, which, so appearing to the common eyes, we shall be called purgers, not murderers. And for Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm, and Caesar's head is off.
Yes, I fear him, for in the engrafted love he bears to Caesar.
Alas, good Cassius, do not think of him. If he loves Caesar, all that he can do is to himself, take thought and die for Caesar. And that were much he should, for he is given to sports, to wildness and much company.
There is no fear. Let him not die. For you will live and laugh at this hereafter.
Peace, count the clock.
The clock hath stricken 3. It is time to part. But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no. For he is superstitious grown of late, quite from the main opinion he once held in dreams, fantasies, and ceremonies. It may be that these apparent prodigies, the unaccustomed terror of his night, and the persuasion of his arms may hold him from the capital today.
Never fear that, if he be so resolved. I can persuade him. For he loves to hear that unicorns may be betrayed of the trees, bears with glasses, elephants with poles, lions with toils, and men with flatteries. But when I tell him he hates flatteries, he says he doesn't, then he most flatters. Let me, for I can give it to you when the troop is, and I will give it to the captain.
Nay, we will all of us be there to fetch him.
By the 8th hour, is that the uttermost?
Be that the utmost, fill not that.
Caius the Gallant, doth bear Caesar hard, great films do well upon. I wouldn't have done as you thought it.
Now, good Metellus, go along by him. He loves me well, and I have given him reasons. Send him but hither, and I'll fashion him.
The morning comes upon us. We'll leave you, Brutus. Friends, disperse yourselves. But all remember what you have said, and hold yourselves true Romans.
Friends, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks put on our purposes, but bear it as our Roman actors do, with untired spirits and formal constancy. And so, good morning to you, everyone. Boy, Lucius! Fast asleep. It is no matter. Enjoy the honey-heavy dew of slumber. Thou hast no figures nor no fantasies, which busy care draws in the brains of men. Therefore thou sleepest so sound.
My lord,
Portia, what mean you? Wherefore rise you now? It is not for your health thus to commit your weak condition to the raw cold morning.
Nor for yours neither, Brutus. You even gently stole from my bed, and yesterday at supper you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. And when I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with your gentleness. When I urged you further, you scratched your head into impatiently stamped with your foot. Yet I insisted, yet your hands were not, and with an angry posture of your hand you signed for me to leave you. So I did, fearing to shake in that impatience which seemed too much enkindled, and withal hoping it was but an act of humor, or sometime half this hour. It will not let you eat, nor talk, nor sleep. You could have worked so much upon your shape as I have but prevailed on your condition. I should not know you, Brutus. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and if it is true, he would embrace me to come by it.
Why, so I do. Good Portia, go to bed.
What? Is Brutus sick, and is it physical that he will walk on with breaks and suck up the humors of the daycorn? What? Is Brutus sick, that he will steal out of his wholesome bed to dandelion contagion of the night, and to tempt the broomy and unpurged air to add into his sickness? No.
have some sycophants within your mind. And by the right and virtue of my place, I ought to know of. Upon my knees I charm you. By my once commended beauty, by all your vows of love, and that great vow that did incorporate, make us one. That you unfold to me yourself, your health. Why are you heavy? What men might not resort to you? For here have been some 6 or 7 that did hide their faces even from the darkness. Kneel not, gentle Portia, I should not need of your gentle words. Within the bond of marriage, is it accepted that I should know no secrets to appertain to you? Am I yourself, but as it were, a sort of limitation, to keep with you at meals, to comfort your bed, to talk to you sometimes? Dwell I but in the suburbs of your good pleasure? Fit ye no more, Portia's precious heart, not his wife. You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as are the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart. If this were true, should I know his secret? I grant I am a woman, but with all a woman that the Lord British took to wife. I grant I am a woman, but with all a woman well appears to me. Cato's daughter, think ye, well, I am no stronger than my sex, being so fathered and so husbanded? Tell me your counsels, and I will not disclose them, for I have made strong proof of my constancy, giving myself a voluntary wound here in his eye. Can I bear that with patience, and not my husband's secrets?
Oh, ye gods, render me worthy of this noble life. Hark, one knocks. Portia, go in a while, and mind thy bosom shall partake the secrets of my heart. All my engagements I will construe to thee, all the charactery of my sad brows. Leave me with haste. Lucius, who's that who knocks?
Here's a sick man that would speak with you.
Caius Vigaris, that Metellus spoke of. Boy, stand aside. Caius Vigaris.
Ah, well, good morrow to my feebles.
Oh, what a time when you chose out brave Caius to wear a kerchief. Would you were not sick.
I am not sick, if it is having handed any exploit worthy the name of honor.
Such an exploit have I in hand, Vigaris. Had you a helpful ear to hear of it.
By all the gods that Romans bow before, I hear this part of my sickness. Solo grown, brave son derived from honorable loins, that like an exorcist has conjured up my mortified spirit. Now bid me run, and I will strive with things impossible, yea, get the better of mine. What's to do?
A piece of work that will make sick men whole.
Are not there some coal that we must make sick?
That must we also. What it is, my Caius, I shall unfold to thee, as we are going to whom it must be done.
Sit on your foot. It is a heart new fire that followed you. To do I know not what, but it sufficeth that brings me on.
Follow me, then.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia cried out in her sleep, "Help, help, they murder Caesar!" Who's with this?
My lord.
Go bid the priest you present sacrifices, and bring me their opinion of success.
I will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall forth. These things that threaten me now look on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things you have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness dwelt in the streets. The graves yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce, fiery warriors fight upon the clouds in ranks and squadrons in right form of war, which drizzled blood from the capital. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
What can be avoided, whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their death. The valiant only taste of death but once. It seems most strange to me, of all the wonders I yet have heard, that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. What say the authors?
They would not have you stir for us today, plugging the entrails from an offering forth. They could not find a heart within the beast.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice. For Caesar should be a beast without a heart, and he should stay home today for fear. No, Caesar shall not. For danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. We are two lions littered on the same day, and I, the elder and more terrible. Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house, and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you are not well today. Let me, upon my knee, prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I am not well, and for thy humor I will stay at home today. His thesis Brutus, he shall tell them so.
All hail, good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
And you've come in happy times to bear my greetings to the senators, and tell them I will not come today. That I cannot is false, that I dare not falsehood. Tell them I will not come today, Decius.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I in conquest stretched my arm so far to be afeard to tell bravier as the truth? Decius, tell them Caesar will not come.
Great Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you. Calpurnia, hear my wife. Dreamt last night, she saw my statue, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood, and many lusty Romans did come smiling and bathing their hands in it. And these she does apply as portents, and warnings, and evil imminent, and on her knee hath begged I stay at home today.
This dream is all a misinterpretation. It was a vision, very fortunate. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathed, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck reviving blood, and that great men will press for tinctures, stains, relics, and commissaries. This by Calpurnia's dream is signified.
And in this way have you well expounded it.
I have, if you have heard what I have said, and know it now, the Senate hath concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall say you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock, apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time, when Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams. If Caesar hide himself so, shall I not whisper? No, Caesar is afraid. Pardon me, Caesar, for my dear, dear love to your city bids me to tell you this, and reason to my love is liar.
How foolish your affairs seem now, Calpurnia. I'm ashamed I did yield to it. Bring me my robe, for I will go. Here's Publius come to fetch me. Welcome, Publius.
Caesar.
What Brutus are you stirred so early to? Good Casca. Cassius Ligarius. Caesar is never so much your enemy as that argument hath made you lean. What's his o'clock?
Caesar, it is struck an 8.
I thank you for your pains and courtesy. See, Anthony, you that which rebels long o' nights is not long with standing up. Good morrow, Anthony.
So too, most noble Caesar.
Bid them prepare within. I am to be blamed to be thus waited for. Now sit up. What Metellus? Ah, Trebonius, I have an hour's talking store for you. Remember that you call on me, and be near me that I may remember you.
Caesar, I will. And so near will I be that your best friends shall wish I had been further.
Good friends, go in and taste some wine with me, and we like friends will go straightway together.
That every might is not the same, O Caesar. The heart of Brutus yearns to think upon.
Caesar, beware of Brutus. Take heed of Cassius. Come not near Casca. Have an eye to Cinna. Trust not Trebonius. Long well the tell singer. Decius Brutus loves thee not. Thou hast wronged Caius Ligarius. There is but one mind in all these men, and it is bent against Caesar. Thou beest not mortal. Look about you. Security gives way to conspiracy. The mighty gods defend thee. Thy lover, Artemidorus. Here will I stand till Caesar passeth on, and as a suitor will I give him this. My heart laments that virtue cannot live out of the teeth of emulation. If thou read this, O Caesar, thou mayst live. If not,
Fix traitors to the trial.
Quickly, boy. Run to the Senate House. Stay not to answer me, but get thee gone. Why dost thou stay?
You know my errand, madam?
I would have thee there to hear again. Ere I can tell you what thou shouldst do there. Oh, constancy, be strong upon my side. Set a huge mountain between my heart and tongue, for I have a man's mind and a woman's might. How hard is it for women to keep counsel? Art thou there yet?
What should I do, madam? Run to the capital and nothing else? So return to you and nothing else?
Yes. Bring me word for it, the Lord look well, for he went simply forth. And take good note of what Caesar doth from what suitors trusted in. Hark, boy. What voice is that?
Hear nothing, madam.
Prithee, listen well. I heard a bustling rumor like a threat, and it springs from the capital.
Sooth, madam, I hear nothing.
Come hither, fellow. Which way hast thou been?
As mine own house, dear lady.
Then what's this to call?
About the night dagger, lady.
Is he yet on to the capital?
Madam, not yet. I go to take my stand and see him pass on to the capital.
Thou hast some suit to Caesar, hast thou not?
That I have. If it will please Caesar, I shall be good to Caesar. As to dear me, I shall beseech him to friend himself.
Why knowest there any harms intended towards him?
None that I know of me, much that I fear may chance. Good morning. Here the streets are narrow. The throngs that follow Caesar at the heel. The senators and the praetors, the common suitors, will crowd the women almost to death. I shall get me to a place more point, and then speak to great Caesar as he comes along.
I must go in. I me, help me to think of how hard of a woman is. Oh, Brutus, the heavens speed thee in thine enterprise. Surely the boy heard me. For Brutus has a suit that Caesar will not grant. Oh, I grow faint. Run, Lucius, commend me to my lord. Say that I am married. Come to me again and bring me word what he does say to me.
God's march come.
Hail, Caesar, read this letter. Tribonius doth desire you to read at your best leisure. This is how we'll suit. Oh, Caesar, read mine first. For mine is a suit that touches Caesar nearer. Read it, great Caesar.
That which touches us ourselves shall be last served.
Delay not, Caesar, read it instantly.
What is the fellow mad?
Sir, give place.
What? Urging your petitions in the streets? Come to the capital.
I wish your enterprise today will drive you.
What enterprise, Popilius?
Very well.
What said Popilius letter? We wish today our enterprise might thrive. I fear our purpose is discovered. Look how he makes to Caesar. Mark him. Pass what he said. Brutus, what shall be done? If this be known, Cassius or Caesar never shall turn back, for I will slay myself.
Cassius, be constant. Popilius Leonard speaks not of our purposes, for look, he smiles, and Caesar doth not change.
Tribonius knows his time. For look you, he draws Mark Antony out of the way.
Where is Lieutenant Simmer? Let him go and presently prefer a suit to Caesar.
He is dressed. Press near and second him.
Cassius, you were the first that reared your hand.
Are we all ready? What's now amiss that Caesar and his senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, most strong Caesar. Lieutenant Simmer throws before thy seat and humble heart.
I must prevent these, Simba. These couchings and lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men, and turn preordinance and first degree into the law of children. Be not wont to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood that can be thawed from its true quality with that which melteth fools. I mean sweet words, low cricket courtesies, and base spaniel fawnings. Your brother by decree is banished, and if thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spur thee like a cur out of my way. Know that Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own to stand more sweetly in great Caesar's ear, with the repealing of my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Simler may have immediate freedom of appear.
What Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar, Caesar, pardon. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Cimber.
I would be well moved if I were to. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the first. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks, and every one is fire and all doth shine. But there's one in all that holds his place. So in the world 'tis furnished well with men, and meet our flesh and blood apprehensive. There's one in all that unassailable holds on his reign, and that I am he. Let me little show it even in this, that I was constant, Cimber should remain banished, and constant to remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar!
Hence will I lift up Olympus.
Great Caesar!
That Brutus not bootless kneel. Speak! Answer me! And you, Brute? Then Paul, Caesar.
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead!
Some to the common pulpits and cry out, liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement.
People and senators, be not affrighted. Fly not, stand still. Ambition's debt is paid.
Go to the pulpit, Brutus.
And Cassius too.
Where's Publius?
Here, quite the back of this music.
Stand fast together, lest some friend of Caesar's should chance.
So notwithstanding, Publius, good cheer. There is no harm intended to your person, nor to no Roman else. So tell him, Publius.
And leave us, Publius, lest the people rushing on us should do your aid some mischief.
Do so, and let no man abide this deed, but leave it to us.
Where is Antony?
Fled to his house, maids, men, wives, and children stare, cry out, run, as it were doomsday.
Fates, we will know your pleasures. That we shall die, we know. 'Tis but a time and drawing days out that men stand upon.
Why, he that cuts off 20 years of life cuts off so many years of fear of death.
Grants that, and then is death a benefit. So are we Caesar's friends that have abridged his time of fearing death. Stoop, Roman, stoop, and let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood up to the elbows, and besmear our swords. Then walk we forth, even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry peace, freedom, and liberty!
Stoop then and wash. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over, in states unborn and accents yet unknown?
How many times shall Caesar bleed in sport, that now on Pompey's faces lies along, no worthier than the dust?
So oft as that shall be. So often shall the none of us be called the men that gave their country's liberty. What shall we hold? Yea, and every man away, Brutus will lead, and we will grace his heels with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome.
Soft, who comes here? A friend of Antony's!
Thus Brutus my master bid me know. Thus did Mark Antony bid me fall down, and being prosperous bid me say. Brutus was wise, noble, valiant, honest. Safely mighty, bold, royal, and loving. Say I love Brutus and honor him. Say I feared Caesar and honored him and loved him. If Brutus will vouchsafe my master, it would safely come to him and keep resolved. Now Caesar hath preserved body dead. The master shall not love Caesar dead as much as Brutus feared. For will fall the fortunes in affairs whose uncannot state. So says my master Antony.
Thy master is a wise and valiant Roman. I never thought him worse. Tell him, so please him come unto this place, he shall be satisfied, and by my honor depart untouched. I know that we shall have him well to friend.
I wish we may, yet have I a mind that fears him much, and my misgivings still fall shrewdly to the purpose.
Oh, but here comes Mark Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
Oh, mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? For all thy conquest, glory, strive, spoil, shrunk to this little measure. Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If on myself there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords, made rich with the noblest blood of all this world. I do beseech ye, ye very hard, now whilst your purple hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure. Live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place will please me so, no mean of death as here by Caesar, and by you cut off, the choice and master spirits of this age.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us, though now we must appear bloody and cruel. As by our hands at this our present act, you see we do. Yet see you but our hands, and this the bleeding business they have done. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful, and pity to the general wrong of Rome. As fire drives out fire, so pity, pity hath done this deed on Caesar. For you, oh, for you, Mark Antony, to you our swords have leaden points. Our arms and strength of malice, and our hearts of brother's temper, do receive you in with all kind of good thoughts and reverence.
I doubt not your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. First Marcus Brutus will I shake with you. Next Caius Cassius do I take your hand. Now Decius Brutus yours. Now yours, Metellus. Yours, Cinna. And my valiant Casca yours. Though last, not least in love, yours, good Trebonius. Gentlemen all, alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceive me either a coward or a flatterer. That I did love thee, Caesar. Oh, 'tis true. If then thy spirit look upon us now, shall not grieve thee dearer than thy death to see thy Antony making his beast, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes, most noble in the presence of thy corpse. Had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds, weeping as fast as they stream forth thy blood, it would become me better than to close in terms of friendship with thy enemies. Bind me, Julius! Here must thou pay the brave heart. Here didst thou fall, and here thy hunters stand, sunk in thy spoil and crimsoned in thy land. O world, thou wast the forest to this heart, and this indeed, O world, the heart of thee. And like a deer strucking by many princes, dost thou here lie?
Mark Antony.
Pardon me, Caius Cassius. The enemies of Caesar shall say this. Then, in a friend, it is cold modesty.
Mark Antony, I blame you not for praising Caesar so. But what compact mean you to have with us? Will you be pricked on in number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you?
Therefore, I took your hands, but was indeed swayed from the point by looking down on Caesar. Friends am I with you all, and love you all. Upon this hope that you shall give me reason why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else were this a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you Antony the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek. And if moreover, suitor that I may, produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit speak unto friend, speak in the order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony. Brutus, a word with you.
You know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony speak in his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter?
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first, and show the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest he speaks by leave and by permission, and that we are contented Caesar shall have all true rites and lawful ceremonies. It shall advantage more than do us wrong.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Here, Mark Antony, take you Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar. And say you do it by our permission. Else shall you not have any hand at all about his funeral, and you shall speak in the same pulpit whereto I am going after my speech is ended.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then, and follow us!
Pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers! Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood! Over thy wounds now do I prophesy, which like dumb mouths do open their ruby lips, to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cover all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants cornered from the hands of war.
custom of fell leaves. And Caesar's spirit breaking for revenge, with aid by his side, come on from hell! Shall leave these confines of the monarch's voice in my hand, and let slip the dogs of war. Then this foul deed shall smell upon the earth, carrying men, groaning for burial. Sir Octavius Caesar, you know? I did not have him. Caesar did right for him to come to Rome.
He did receive his letters, and bid me say to you, my lord.
Oh, Caesar! Thy heart is big, get thee apart and weep. Passion I see is catching. For mine eyes seeing those deeds of sorrow stand in line. And the water. Is thy master coming? He lies tonight in 7 leagues from. Post back with speed and tell him when I've chanced. Here is a mourning road, a dangerous road. No road of safety for obtaining as yet. Hunt hence and tell him so. Yet stay a while. Thou shalt not back till I have borne this course of the marketplace. There shall I try in my oration how the people take the cruel issue of these bloody men, according to the which thou shalt discourse to young Octavius of the state of things. Lend me your hand.
We will be satisfied! Satisfied! We will be satisfied! Satisfied! We will be satisfied! Satisfied! We will be satisfied! Satisfied!
Follow me and give me audience, friends. Cassius, go you into the other street and part the numbers. Those that will hear me speak, let them stay here. Those that will follow Cassius, go with him. And public reason shall be rendered of Caesar's death.
Honor who Brutus speak!
Honor Cassius prepared the reasons.
The noble Brutus is descended. Silence!
Be patient till the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent that you may hear. Believe me for my honor, and I respect mine honor that you may believe. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses that you may be the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love for Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather Caesar were living and die all slaves, than that Caesar were dead to live on free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any speak for him have I offended. Who is here so rude that would not be a Roman? If any speak for him have I offended. Who is here so vile that would not love his country? If any speak for him have I offended, I pause for a reply.
None, Brutus, none!
None have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. The question of his death is enrolled in the Capitol, his glory not extenuated wherein he was worthy, nor his offenses enforced for which he suffered death. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the Commonwealth, as which of you shall not? With this I depart, that as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death! Live, Brutus, live!
We're gonna try and call it to his house.
Yeah!
Give me Caesar!
Yeah! Yeah!
My countrymen,
Please let Brutus speak.
I do entreat you, let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's corpse, and grace his speech, tending to Caesar's glories, which Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make. I do entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony have spoke.
Stay home. Let us hear Mark Antony.
Let him go to the public sheriff. We'll hear him. Go Antony, go up.
Yeah, for Brutus' sake. I am beholding to you. What does he say of Brutus?
He says for Brutus' sake, he finds himself equal to us all.
For best to speak no harm of us here. This Caesar was a tyrant.
Hey, that's certain. We're full ceremonies rid of him.
Let's see what Antony can say.
You gentle Romans.
See so, let us hear.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under the leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come on to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious. And Brutus is an honorable man. Yes. He had brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general hope for still. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. But Brutus says he was ambitious. And Brutus is an honorable man. Well, I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? But Brutus says he was ambitious. And sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Oh, passion, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar. And I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings. If thou consider rightly of the matter, Caesar has had great wrong.
As ye masters, I fear the all worse coming to his place.
Mark to his words, he would not take the crown, for 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
If it be found so, some of your rivals.
Poor soul, his eyes are red as fire from weeping.
There's not a more noble man in Rome than Antony.
Now Mark begins again to speak. But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. Oh, masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong, and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I'd rather choose to run them dead, to run myself and you, than I will run such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. His will! Let the commons hear his testament, which pardon me, I do not mean to read. And they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds, and dip their napkins in his sacred blood. Yea, and the hair of him for memory, and upon dying mention it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy to their issue. Well, here's the will. Read it, Mark Antony. Patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not me. You know how Caesar loved you. You are not good. You are not
Caesar put it on. 'Twas on a summer's evening in his tent. That day he overcame the revive. Look, in this place ran Cassius' dagger through. See what a wrench the envious tasker made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed, as rushing out of doors, to be resolved if Brutus so unkindly knocked her nose. Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge you, O gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw Brutus stab, in gratitude more strong than traitors' arms quite vanquished him, then burst his mighty heart. And in this mantle, muffling up his face, even at the face of Pompey's statue, whilst all around ran blood, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there when punishment is! Then I, and you, and all of us fell down most bloody trees and flourished no worse. Oh, now you weep, and I perceive you feel the tint of pity. These are gracious drops, kind souls. What weep you when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here! Here is himself, marred as you see, with traitors! Oh, hideous spectacle! Oh, noble Caesar!
Awful day.
Oh, traitors, villains, almost bloody sight!
We will be revenged. We'll hear him, we'll follow him, we'll die with him.
Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. The men that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not that they can do it. But they are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reasons answer. Yes, I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I'm an orator, as Brutus is. But as you all know me, a plain, blunt man that love my friend, and that they know full well that gave me publicly to speak of him. For I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, nor the power to stir men's blood. I only speak right on. I speak that which you yourself do know. Show you sweet Caesar's wounds, poor dumb mouths, and bid them speak for me. But were I Brutus Antony, there were an Antony who would ruffle up your spirits and put a ton in every wound of Caesar, that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny. We're the house of Brutus.
Yeah! Secret conspirator!
Yeah! You hear me, countrymen? You hear me speak? Good friends, you go to do you know not what. Wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your lives? Alas, you know not. I must tell you then. You forgot the will I told you. Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal, to every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man, 75 drachms. Give me the patience. Moreover, he hath left you his walks, his broad roads, his own planted orchards, on this side of the Tiber. He hath left them to you and your heirs, or heirs. His pleasures to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar who still deserved another. Never! Come, away! We'll burn his body in the holy place. We'll grant fire the traitors' houses. Take up the body. Now let it work. Mystic thou art, but take thou the course thou wilt. How now, good fellow? Sir, Octavius has already come to Rome. Where is he? He left this or ex his house, and thither will I straight to visit him. He comes upon a witch. Fortune is married, and in this will give us anything. I heard say Brutus and Cassius were like madmen at the gates of Rome. You're likely had some notice of the crowds. Oh, I agree with them. Bring me to Octavius.
I
trim tonight that I did feast with Caesar, and things are luckily charged by fantasy. I have no will to wander forth indoors, and yet something leads me forward.
What is your name?
Whither are you going?
Where do you dwell?
We will marry men or bachelor.
Answer every man directly.
I, and briefly. I was.
I truly your best.
What is my name? Whither am I going, and do I dwell? Am I a married man or a bachelor? And then to answer every man directly, briefly, wisely, and truly. Well, wisely, I'd say I'm a bachelor.
That is much to say. There are fools unmarried, a very a bang. For that I fear proceed directly.
Directly, I'm going to Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or an enemy?
As a friend.
That matter is answered directly.
For your soul.
Briefly, I go on the capital.
Your name, sir, truly.
Truly, my name is Cinna.
Ah! Terror to me, she's the conspirator!
I am Cinna the poet. I'm Cinna the poet.
Tear him for his bad verses! Tear him for his bad verses!
I'm not Cinna the conspirator. Please.
Go out! His name is Cinna! Tell put his name from his heart and turn him going!
Terror! Come, Branso! Fire Brands to Brutus!
Yeah!
Cassius! Some to Decius' house, some to Casca's, and some to Lagaris's. Away, go!
These many men shall die. Their names are great.
Your brother too must die. Consent you of this? I do consent. Bring him down, Antony. On condition that we shall not live. Whose his son?
He shall not live. Look with a spark-eyed damn him. But Levis, go you to Caesar's house. Fetch the bill hither, and we shall decide whether to cut off some charges and legacies.
What shall I find you here?
Just one thing
Or
you don't need
here
to do.
or at the count?
This is a slight, unreasonable man. He to be sent on errands. Is it fit the threefold world divided? He should stand one of the three to share it.
So you thought him and took his voice, who should be pricked to die in a black sentence and prescription?
Yes, I have seen more days than you. And though we lay these honors on this man to ease ourselves of divers slanderous loads, he shall bear them as the ass bears gold, to groan and sweat under the business either led or driven as we point the way. And having brought our treasure where we will, then take me down his load like to the empty ass to shake his ears and graze in commons.
You may do your will, but he's a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse, Octavius. And for that I do poisoning store of provender. It is a creature that I teach to fight, to win, to stop, to run directly off. His corporal motion is governed by my spirit, and in some taste is leavenous himself. He must be taught and trained and fit go forth. A baron's so one that feeds on adjects or imitations, which out of use and stale by other men begin his fashion. Do not talk of him, but as a property. And now I take this is great thing. Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. We must straight make head. Therefore, let our alliance be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched. Let us presently go sit in council how forward matters must be best disclosed, and open peril sure we stand.
Let us do so. We are at stake, and bring back men enemies. For some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischief.
Stand.
Ho!
Use the word, hold, and stand.
What now, Lucilius? Is Cassius near?
He is at hand, and Pandarus has come to do you salutation from his master.
He greets me well. Your master, Pandarus, in his own change or by ill offices, hath given me some worthy cause to wish things done undone. But if he be at hand, I shall be satisfied.
I do not doubt, but that my noble master will hear, such as he is, full of regard and honor.
He is not doubted. A word, Lucilius, how he received you, let me be resolved.
With courtesy and with respect enough, but not with such familiar instances, nor with such free and friendly conference, as he hath used before.
Thou hast described a hot friend cooling. sicken and decay, it uses an enforced ceremony. There are no tricks in plain and simple faith, but hollow men, like horses hot at hand, make gallant show and promise of their mettle. But when they should endure the bloody spur, they fall their crests, and like deceitful jades sink in the trial. Comes his army on.
They meet this night in Sardis to be quartered. The greater part, the horse and general, are come with Cassius.
Hark, he has arrived. March gently on to meet him. Most noble brother, you have done me wrong. Judge me, you gods. Wrong are mine enemies, and if not so, how should I wrong a brother?
Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrongs, and when you do them,
Cassius, be content. Speak your grief softly. I do know you well. Before the eyes of both our armies here, which should perceive nothing but love from us, let us not wrangle. Bid them move away. Then in my tent, Cassius, enlarge your griefs, and I will give you audience.
Darius, bid our commanders lead their charges a little off from this ground.
Lucilius, do you the like, and let no man come to our tent till we have done our conference. Let Lucius and Tinius guard our door.
That you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here at the Sardians, wherein my letters, because I knew the man, were slided off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every knight's wit should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and march your offices for gold to undeservers.
I, the itching palm, you know that you are Brutus that speaks this, or by the gods, this speech were else your last.
The name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March, the eyes of March, remember. Did not great Julius bleed for justice's sake? What villain touched his body that did stab and not for justice? What? Shall one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world, what for supporting robbers shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes, and sell the mighty space of our large honors for so much trash as may grass does? I had rather be a dog and bathe at moan than such a Roman.
Brutus, bait not me. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier, I, elder in practice, abler than yourself to make conditions.
Go to, you are not, Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more, I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health, tempt me no farther.
Away, slight man.
Is it possible?
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way and room to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
Oh, ye gods, must I endure all this?
All this I mourn. Fret till your proud heart break. Go show your slaves how choleric you are, and make your bondmen tremble. Must I budge? Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humor? By the gods, you shall not test the venom of your spleen, though it do split you. For from this day forth I'll use you for my mirth, yea, for my laughter when you are waspish.
Is it come to this?
You say you are a better soldier. Let it appear so, make your vaunting true, and it shall please me well. For my part, Cassius, I shall be glad to learn of noble men.
You wrong me every way, you wrong me, Brutus. I said an elder soldier, not better. Did I say better?
If you did, I cannot.
When Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me.
Peace, peace. You durst not so have tempted him.
I durst not.
No.
What? Durst not tempt him?
For your life you durst not.
Brutus, do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that I shall be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats, for I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass by me as the idle wind which I respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold which you denied me, for I can raise no money by violent means. By heaven, I had rather coin my heart and drop my blood for drachmas than to wring from the hard hands of peasants their vile trash by any indirection. I did send it to you for gold to pay my legions, which you denied me. Was that done by Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so? When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous to lock such rascal counters from his friends, be ready, dogs, with all your thunderbolts, dash him to pieces!
I denied you not.
You did.
I did not. He was but a fool that brought my answer back. Brutus hath bribed my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmaries, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not, till you practice them on me.
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
Flatterers would not, though they do appear as high on Olympus.
Come, Antony, and young Octavius, come. Revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is aweary of the world, hated by one he loves, raved by his brother, checked by the bondman, all his faults observed, set in a notebook, learned and conned by rote, cast into my teeth. Oh, I could weep my spirit from mine eyes. There is my dagger, and here my naked breast within a heart, dearer than Plutus is mine, richer than gold. If thou beest Roman, take it. I that denied thee gold will give thee my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar, for I know that when thou didst hate him worst, thou lovest him better than thou ever loved Cassius.
Sheathe your dagger. Be angry when you will, it shall have spoken. Do what you will, dishonor shall be humor. Oh, Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire, who, much enforced, shows a hasty spark, and straight is cold again.
Hath Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus when grief and blood temper vexeth him?
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
Brutus, have you not love enough to bear with me when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius. And from henceforth, when you are over-earnest with your Brutus, they'll think your mother chides and leave you so.
Let me go into see the hero. There be some hurt between them. 'Tis not me. They be alone.
You shall not come to them.
Nothing but death shall stay me.
How now, what's the matter?
What strange generals? What do you mean? Love and be friends as two such men should be. For I have seen more years, I'm sure, than you.
How vilely doth this cynic rhyme.
Get you hence, sir, saucy fellow, hence.
Bear with him, Brutus, 'tis his fashion.
I'll know his humor when he knows his time. What should the wars do with these jigging fools? Companion, hence.
Away, be gone.
Lucilius, bid the commanders prepare to lodge their companies tonight.
And bring yourselves Messala with you, immediately to us.
Lucius, a bowl of wine.
I did not think you could have been so angry.
Oh, Cassius, I am sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy you make no use if you give place to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia?
She is dead!
How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, insupportable and touching loss! Upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence and grief that young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong, for with her death that tidings came. With this she fell distracted, and her attendants absent swallowed fire.
And died so.
Even so.
Oh, ye immortal gods!
Speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine. In this I bury all unkindness, Cassius.
Fill, Lucius, to the wine or swell the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love.
Come in, Titinius. Welcome, good Messala. Now, since we close about this taper here, and call in question our necessities.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more, I pray you. Messala, I have here received letters that young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, bending their expedition toward Philippi.
Myself have letters of the self-same tenor.
With what addition?
That by prescription and the bills of Apollonia, Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus have put to death 100 senators.
Therein our letters do not well agree. Mine speak of 70 senators that died by their prescriptions, Cicero being one.
Cicero won.
Cicero is dead, and by that order of prescription. Have you any letters from your wife, my lord?
No, Messala.
Or nothing printed her?
Nothing, Messala.
That we need to stray.
Why ask you? Here you want for yours.
No, my lord.
Now, as you are a Roman, tell me true!
The knight of Roman bear the truth I tell, for certain she is dead, and by a strange manner.
Farewell, Portia. We must die, Messala. With meditating that she must die once, I have the patience to endure it now.
Even so, great men and great losses should endure.
I have as much an art of this as you, yet my nature could not bear it so.
Well, to our work alive. What do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good.
Your reasons?
'Tis this. The enemy shall seek us. So in doing, he wastes his means, wearying his soldiers, doing himself defense, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defense, and nipples.
For good reasons must of force give place to better. The people twixt Philippi and this ground do stand but in a forced affection, for they have grabbed us contribution. The enemy, marching along by them shall make the fuller number up. Come on, refreshed, united, and encouraged. From which advantage shall we cut him off, if at Philippi we do face him there, these people at our backs?
Hear me, brother.
Under your pardon. You must note beside that we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are brimful, our cause is ripe. The enemy increases every day. We at the height are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Amid it, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
Then with your will we'll go on. We'll along and meet them ourselves in Philippi.
The deep of night has crept upon our talk, and nature must obey necessity, which we will nigger with a little rest. There is no more to say.
No more.
Well then, good night, Julius. Farewell, Isabella. Farewell, Cassius. Good night, good repose.
Never comes such division between our souls. This was an ill beginning of the night. Let it not again, Julius.
Everything is well.
Madam.
Good night, good brother. Good night, Lord Brutus. Farewell, everyone. Lucius, my gown. Where is thy instrument?
It is here in the tent.
Oh, thou speakest drowsily. Poor name, I blame thee not. Thou art on watch. Call Claudius and some other of my men. I'll have them sleep on cushions in my tent.
Farewell, Claudius.
Calls, my lord?
Ah, yes. I pray you, sirs, lie in my tent and sleep. It may be I shall raise you by and by on business to my brother Cassius.
So please you, we shall stand and watch your pleasure.
I would not have it so. Lie down, good sirs. It may be I shall otherwise be quickly. Look, Lucius. Here's the book I sought for so. I put it in the pocket of my gown.
I was sure your lordship was not here to me.
Bear with me, good boy. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while, and touch thy instrument a strain or two?
Does it please you?
It does, my boy. I trouble me too much.
Tis my duty. Tis my duty, sire.
I should not urge thy duty past thy night. I know young buds look for a time of rest.
I have slept already, my lord.
It was well done, and I shall sleep again. I will not hold thee long. If I do live, I will be good to thee. This is a sleepy tune. O murderous slumber, layest thou thy leaden mace upon my boy that plays thee music? Ah, gentleman, good night. I will not do thee so much wrong to wake thee. If thou dost not, thou breakst thy instrument. I'll take it from thee, and good boy, good night. Let me see. Is not the leaf turned down where I left reading? Here it is, I think. How ill this taper burns. Ha! Who comes here? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makes my blood cold and my hair to stare? Speak to me what thou art!
Thy evil spirit, Brutus!
Why comest thou?
To tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Why then, I shall see thee again.
Aye, Philippi.
Why, I shall see thee at Philippi then. Now I have taken heart, thou vanishest. In spirit, I would hold more talk with thee. Boy, Lucius, Vero, Claudius, sirs, awake, Claudius!
Strength, my lord. False.
He thinks he still is at his instrument. Lucius, awake!
My lord?
Didst thou dream, Lucius, that thou so criest out?
I did not know that I could cry.
Ah, yes, that thou didst. Didst thou see anything?
Nothing, my lord.
Sleep again. Vero, Claudius, Philip, awake!
My lord?
My lord, didst thou see anything that thou so criest out?
No, my
Join humanity to my brother Cassius. Bid him send all his powers we times before, and we will follow.
It shall be done.
It shall be done, my lord.
Now, Antony, our hopes are answered. You said the enemy would not come down, but keep the hills and upper regions, and proves not so. Their battles are hand. We need more to set Philippi here, Antony, before we do demand them.
Tut, I'm in their bosom, and I know therefore they do it. They could be content to visit other places, and come down with fearful bravery, thinking by mistakes to fasten in our bones if they had courage. It is not so. Prepare, general! The enemy comes on the gallant show. Their bloody side of battle is hung out. There's something to be done immediately. Octavius, lead your battle softly on the left hand of the human field.
Upon the right hand eye, keep that left.
When you cross me in this accident,
I do not cross you, but I will do so. Mark Antony, shall we give sign of battle?
no, Caesar, we will answer on their charge. Make forth. The generals would have some words.
Stir not until the signal.
Words before blows. Is it so, countrymen?
Not that we love words better as you.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
In your bad strokes, Brutus, you give good words. Witness the hole you made in Caesar's heart as you cried, "Blood, live, hail, Caesar!"
Antony, the posture of your blows are yet unknown. But as for your words, they rob the highlands and leave them honeyless.
Not stingless, too.
Oh yes, and soundless too, for you have stolen their buzzing, Antony, and very wisely thresh before you sting.
Villains! You did not sow when your vile daggers hacked one another in the sides of Caesar. You showed your teeth like apes and fawned like hounds, and bowed like bondsmen, kissing Caesar's feet, whilst a damned Casca like a cur behind struck Caesar on the neck. Oh, you slanderers!
Flatterers! Now, Brutus, thank yourself. This tongue had not offended so today if Cassius might have ruled.
Come, the cause! If arguing make us sweat, the proof of it will turn to better drops. Look, I draw a sword against the conspirators. When thinking that the sword goes up again, never till Caesar's 330 wounds be well avenged. Or till another Caesar have better slaughtered the sword of traitors.
Caesar, thou canst not die by traitors' hands unless thou bringest them with thee.
So I hope. I was not born to die by Brutus' sword.
Oh, if thou wert the noblest of thy strain, young man, thou couldst not die more honorable.
A peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honor, joined with a masker and a reveler.
Old Cassius, still!
Antony, away! Defiant traitors, hurl we in your teeth! If you dare fight today, come to the field! If not, when you have stomachs!
The storm is up, and all is on the hazard.
Oh, Lucilius, I have a word with you.
Masala,
What says my general?
Masala, today is my birthday, as this very day was Cassius born. Give me thy hand. Be thou my witness that against my will as punk he was, am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties. You know that I am Epicurus strong in his opinion. Now I change my mind and hardly credit things that you presage. For coming here on our former ensign, 2 mighty eagles fell, and there they perched, gorging and feeding from our soldiers' hands which Philippi here exhorted us. This morning they are fled away and gone, and in their stead do ravens croak, crows and kites fly o'er our heads. Their canopy and their shadow seems a canopy most fatal, under which our army lies, ready to give up the ghost.
Believe not so.
I believe it but partly, for I am fresh of spirit and resolved to meet all matters very constantly.
Even so, Lucilius.
Now, most noble Brutus, the gods today stand freely that we may, lovers in peace, lead on our days to age. But since the affairs of men rest still uncertain, if we do lose this battle, what are you then determined to do?
I know not how, but I do find it cowardly or vile, or fear of what might fall, so to prevent the time of life, arming myself with patience to stay the providence of some high powers that govern us below.
Then if we lose this battle, you are contented to be led through the streets of Rome in triumph.
No, Cassius, no, think not thou noble Roman, that ever Brutus will go bound to Rome. He bears too great a mind. But this same day must end that work behind the march begun, and whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take. Forever and forever farewell, Cassius. If we do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, why then this parting is well made.
Forever and ever farewell. If we do meet again, we'll smile indeed. If not, 'tis true, this parting was well made.
Well then, lead on. Oh, that a man might know the end of this day's business ere it come. But it sufficeth that the day will end, and then the end is known. Come ho away.
Not that he that lies upon the ground.
He lies not like a living! Oh, my heart!
Not that he.
No, this was he, Masama, but Cassius is no more. Oh, steady son, has he thy red race thou dost sink tonight? For in his red blood Cassius' day is set, the son of Rome is set. Clouds, dews, and dangers come, our deeds are done. Mistrust of my success hath done this deed.
Mistrust of good success hath done this deed, O hateful ever, melancholy's child. Why dost thou surely be afterthoughts of men with things that are not? Thou never comest unto a happy birth. This is the mother that intended me.
What? Doris! Where are you, Doris?
So you can text me while I go to meet the noble Brutus. Thrusting this report, I say thrusting, for piercing steel and darts of venom shall be as welcome to the ears of Brutus as tidings of the sight.
I eat my soul and I will seek her in Doris the while. Why didst thou send me forth, great Cassius? Did I not meet thy friends? And did they not put on my brow the fruit of victory to bid me give it thee? Didst thou not hear their shouts? But alas, thou hast misconstrued everything. Behold thee, take this garland on thy brow, thy Brutus bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Brutus, come apace, and see how I regarded Caius Cassius. By him, ye gods, this is a Roman's part. Come, Cassius' sword, and bind Titinius' heart.
He's slain!
Oh, Julius, even though I'm mighty yet, thy spirit walks abroad and turns our swords in our own proper entrails.
Look! Brave Titanius. Look withers beard not crowned dead Cassius.
Are yet two Romans living such as these? The last of all the Romans fare thee well. It is impossible that ever Rome should grieve thy fellow. Friends, I owe more tears to this dead man than you shall see me pay. I shall find time, Cassius, I shall find time. God therefore, and to Tasso send his body. His funeral shall not be in our camp, lest it discomfort us. Come, Julius. Come, young Cato, let us to the field. Labio and Flavius, set our battles on. 'Tis 3 o'clock, and Romans in their night. We shall try fortune in a second fight!
taking up that keys. Take your order. Slave.
Sit thee down, Julius. Slang is the word and is indeed in fashion. Hark me to this.
What? I? My lord, no! Not for all the world!
They said no words.
I'd rather kill myself!
Aren't we D'Artagnan's?
So I do such a deed, oh D'Artagnan. What's the word for super mistakes? To kill me. Look. How is that noble vessel full of grief? Then it runs over, even in his eye.
Come hither, good Volumnius, Mr. Word.
What says my lord?
Why this, Volumnius? The ghost of Caesar hath appeared to me, several times by night, at Sardis once, and this last night here in Philippi fields. I know my hour is come.
Not so, my lord.
Nay, I am sure it is, Volumnius. Thou seest the world, Volumnius, how it goes. Our enemies have beat us to the pit. It is more worth it to leap in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Good Volumnius, thou knowest that we two went to school together. Even for that, our love of old, I pray thee, hold thou my sword while I do run upon it.
That is not how this word read, my lord.
What? My lord, bring your chair here!
And you, please. Strato, thou hast been all this while asleep. Farewell to thee too, Strato. Friends, I am glad that yet in all my life I found no man but he was true to me. I shall have glory by this losing day, more than Octavius and Mark Antony by this vile conquest shall attain unto. And so, farewell to you at once, for Brutus's tongue hath almost ended his life's histories. Night hangs upon mine eyes, my bones would rest, that have not labored to attain the sound. Say that much, my lord. Thou art a fellow of good respect. Thy life hath had some smash of honor in it. Well, then my sword and turn by thy face while I do run upon it. Wilt thou, Strato?
Give me your hand first. Fare you well, my lord.
Farewell, good Strato. Caesar, now be still! I kill not thee with half so good a will. What man is that?
My master! Strato, where is my master?
Free from the bondage you are in, Masala. The conquerors came to make a fire of them. But Brutus only overcame himself, and no man else had honor by his death.
So Brutus should be found. I thank thee, Brutus. Thou hast proved Lucilius' saying true.
All that said, Brutus, I will entertain them. Fellow, wilt thou bestow thy time with me?
I, Masala, prefer me to you.
Do so, good Masala.
How died my master Strato?
I held the sword, and he did run on it.
Say this, and take him then to the latest service to my master.
This was the noblest Roman of all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in a general honest thought, and common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man according to his virtue. Let us use him with all respect and rights of burial. Within my tent his bones tonight shall lie, most like a soldier ordered onward. So call the field to rest, and let's away. Depart the glories of this happy day.
Why do nations rage, and the people plot a vain scheme?
The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against
against the Lord and against his anointed, saying,
Let us break apart their bonds in pieces and cast their cords away from us.
He who sits in the heavens shall laugh, and the Lord shall hold them in derision.
Then he will speak to them in his wrath and chasten them in his deep displeasure. Yet I have set you my king on the holy hill of Zion.
I will declare the decree the Lord has sent to me.
You are my son. This day I have begotten you.
Ask of me, and I will give you the nations as an inheritance.
And the ends of the earth is your possession.
You shall break them with rod of irons, and dash them to pieces, as the potter's.
Therefore be wise, O kings. Be instructed, judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry and you perish in the way. When his wrath is kindled but a little.
Blessed are those who